Hey, happy Saturday, y'all. How are you doing? I pray that you are having a blessed day. Let me tell you, I had to pull over leaving from the Cheesecake Factory to tell you about these. I kid you not. I'm here to tell you about these and how I'm going to frame them and put them in my office. I'm going to frame them. These right here, like, look, they're wooden. There's nothing, I'm telling you. And you're probably like, why would she be so adamant that she had to pull over and do a live about these chopsticks? Let me tell you about these chopsticks. I felt like when I was headed out to run an errand to go pick up makeup from Mac, I said, God, I'm supposed to go eat somewhere. Lead me. Where am I supposed to go eat? I just had this feeling. And so I was sensitive to the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit's really been dealing with me about obedience. So I'm like, you lead me. You tell me where you want me to go eat, because there's an assignment there. So I decide that I'm going to stay at the mall and I'm going to eat at the Cheesecake Factory. So I eat at the Cheesecake Factory, and I didn't want anything like too heavy. I'm trying to do better. But I was like, I got to get one of my favorite things. Actually, it's my favorite thing. Not one of them. My favorite thing on the menu. And that is those Korean fried cauliflower. If you haven't had it, you got to try it. Okay, I'm going somewhere. Stay with me. So I get my cauliflower, and normally I'm eating with others. It's just me, and I would just eat with my fork normally. But today, I asked my waiter for chopsticks. And because I just like, when I'm eating something like that, I want to eat with chopsticks. And so she says, I'm sorry, we don't have chopsticks. No problem. I prepare my meal, and by the time I'm done praying, this waiter, another waiter in the Cheesecake Factory, is walking up to my table with chopsticks. And I said, oh, so y'all do have chopsticks? And he goes, no. I just overheard you ask her for chopsticks, and like, Kona Grill is right across the hall. Like, it's right there. It's 10 feet away. I went and got you some. Wait, what? You did what? First of all, you're not my waiter. But because you have such a passion for what you do, and clearly the restaurant and where you work, for the environment and the service that you're wanting to provide, you want to do it with excellence. So wait a minute. I know that. I know that. Because a person who doesn't feel that way doesn't do this. Doesn't do this. He goes to another restaurant and asks for chopsticks, and he brings them to me. I'm blown away. So I was just like, oh my gosh. And he's like quick with it. And I'm just like, my heart is melting, and he's gone. So at the end, I'm like, I have to find him. Like, I have to really tell him, like, I have to tell him what my heart, like, oh my God, you made such an impression on me. I just had to thank him again. So I'm trying to like find him on my own, but ultimately my waitress realizes I'm trying to get someone's attention. She's like, can I help you? And I'm like, I didn't want to be weird. Like, I was trying to like talk to another waiter. I felt bad. But nonetheless, I said, yes, I'm trying to get that guy's attention. She said, which one? I said, the one with the glasses. And so she says, okay, I'll tell him you want him to come over. And I'm like, oh gosh, this is weird. This is getting weird. So I wait and wait. He's not coming. And I see he's like kind of running around, and then I didn't see him. I'm like, okay, this is getting kind of weird. Like, do I just leave? Like, is he going to feel like something's weird? Was it the wrong guy? I don't know. But the Holy Spirit kept telling me to just wait. And so she comes back to me and she says, I told him twice. He's just really busy and he's going to come. So I said, okay, I'll wait. So I had paid and everything, and I'm just sitting there. He comes over to me And he says, hey, you know, and I said, oh my God, I was trying not to cry. But I told him, I said, what you did for me meant so much. Like, this doesn't happen. I said, you overhearing that I wanted chopsticks and you going out of your way to provide them for me meant so much to me. And I said, don't lose that. Don't lose that sense of zeal and excellence and going beyond. I said, it's so rare. And rarely do people take the time to say thank you. But I'm so thankful for what you did. He was like, it was nothing. He said, you wanted chopsticks? I wanted you to have chopsticks. And he said, we used to have some a few years ago. He said several years ago. So this guy has been at Cheesecake Factory for a while. But then he impresses me even more, y'all. And he says, who was your waiter or waitress? Was it the taller girl who got me? I said, yes. He said, that's Kristen. He said, she's great too. And she would have done the same thing had she just thought about it. She's that kind of person. So wait a minute. You're not just going over and beyond for me, but you're going out of your way to speak well of my waitress. That's who you are. I was blown away. I was blown away by this guy. And he said, by the way, that's Kristen. I'm Matthew. The next time you're in Cheesecake Factory, ask for us. And so I'm telling y'all that too. At the North Star Mall, Cheesecake Factory, y'all, please ask for either Matthew or Kristen. So after Matthew leaves, Kristen comes back to the table and she says, you know, I'm so glad he came by. I said, yes, he did. I said, Kristen, I have to tell you, when he overheard me asking you for chopsticks, and he went across the hall to Kona Grill to get chopsticks for me. I just had to tell him thank you again. And she's like, isn't he amazing? She said, I feel so privileged to work with someone like him. She said, because even this morning I came to work and quickly I was behind. She said, and he stepped in and did some of my work for me so I wouldn't get too behind. That's just who he is. And she said, I'm blessed. Y'all, listen. Y'all probably look at me and be like, why is she always crying on these live streams and like talking about people and leadership and stuff and be crying? Because it's serious. People don't have to be good. People don't have to be kind. And it's so rare. And the heart that Matthew and Kristen displayed in this restaurant is what I'm trying to, my calling, my job, my work, is for people to feel that way in every single thing they do. Every single thing they do. To go over and beyond. Because you just don't care about who you are and the excellence that you bring. But you care about people's experiences. You care about the organization. Like, you just care. You just care. And that's a big deal for me. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I take the time to say thank you when people go over and beyond, because that's so rare that people would do that in your personal life. People who say they love you won't do that. People who say they got you and have your back won't do that. And so, oh my gosh, I had to pull over, and that's why these chopsticks are gonna go in a frame. I'm framing them with a message that says something like, always remember excellence, always go beyond, you know, do it because it's right. Like, I don't know, but that's gonna be the message that goes with these chopsticks. I cleaned them off and I was like, I have to keep them as a reminder of today, because it blew me away. And so my prayer for everyone that watches this, that hears it, that you will develop the heart that Matthew has, for not just going above and beyond and being excellent, but for talking well of his coworkers, talking well of his organization. And he could have easily said, that's not my problem. He could have easily said, we don't have them. So, I don't even know why she's asking for them. That's crazy. We do that. But he took it upon himself to just take care of it. And let me tell you something. If I had a management position, a leadership position right now, he'd have it. He wouldn't have to do anything else. He would have it. He would have it. You hear me? Because that right there, that kind of character means something. That comes from a heart. Let me tell you. Yeah. And for someone else to speak well of him and to know that this isn't a one-time thing, but that's who he is. Yeah. So my question to you is, when was the last time at your work, at your job, in your role, in your responsibilities, that you made someone feel the way I feel right now? When was the last time? When was the last time that you went out of your way to speak well of a coworker? Even in the midst of someone trying to glorify you, build you up, exalt you for what you had done. When was the last time? When was the last time that you said, God, I thank you for the people that you have around me, the coworkers that help me, that care for me, that make me feel welcomed and included? When was the last time you thanked God for them? Let this be a reminder to us all to do better. Chopsticks, y'all. Listen. Chopstick it, okay? Chopstick it. That's what I'm gonna put with these. Chopstick it, because that means something to me. To chopstick it means to go beyond, be excellent, be integral. Just do it because you can. Do it because you can. Using your discretion, which is a superpower that we don't tap into often. Using our discretionary power to make a difference in someone's life. Now, look how me being obedient to the Holy Spirit, to go to the Cheesecake Factory, to have this experience, to now come on live, to pray, be a blessing to you and to inspire you all. Look at the impact Matthew has had. Please share this video. Please share this live so that others can be encouraged to go out and chopstick it. Okay? I don't care where you work. Go chopstick it. In your church, chopstick it. You do hair, you fix cars, chopstick it. Okay? That's the lesson here. Chopstick it. Okay, I'm laughing, I'm smiling, I'm crying anymore. I love y'all. I love what I do. And if you need an executive coach who's gonna uplift you and also cry with you, I'm your girl. I'm your girl. So reach out to Lead My Heart for leadership development, to talk about these things, because I deal with matters of the heart. Can't you tell? Can't you tell where my heart is? God gave me this heart for a reason. And I'm going out and I'm going to change the world with it. I'm going to change leaders and organizations and environments, because too many people are dying in the workplace when they should be living there. They should be living there. It's a major part of your life. Major part. You spend more than 2/3 of your waking hours at work. Don't tell me it doesn't matter. I know it matters. And too many organizations are graves and not gardens. But that's changing. That's changing. That's changing with me. That's changing with me. So if you want to be a part of that, if you need your organization to be nurtured because it's looking more like a grave than a garden, call your girl and we're going to chopstick it. We're going to chopstick it. I love y'all. I've held you on here long enough, but I pray that this has been a blessing to you. Okay, if you're ready to go chopstick it and make a difference, comment chopstick, comment that, okay, to let me know that you're right there with me. We're going to go out into the world and we're going to chopstick it just like Matthew. Okay?